a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show, always helping you win in any marketplace, making you more street smart here on the QB Show. We got Mark Haye back in the house, 21st Century Financial Group. Money and marriage is going to be the topic with Mark today and some of his success stories that he's cultivated over the years. Also, Sam McCown, executive coach, business coach. We're going to talk with Sam about some strategies to help you win in your business. Also got a couple of clips. I'm going to jump into sound bites from President Trump and also update on this aid to Ukraine. And before we do, we want to thank one of our sponsors, Brio Tuscan Grill, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's Brio Tuscan Grill over at the International Plaza Mall. Say hello to Chef Oscar Ramirez and Joseph. Say hello to Joey, the general manager. Let him know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take him up on that special offer for a free appetizer as well. And a couple of hot listings. We always like to feature our real estate properties live on air. It's part of our strategy that helps our sellers sell faster for more money, maximum exposure, maximum profit, and a faster closing for you, even in this down market, somewhat down market. We still have low inventory. I'll go over the inventory numbers with you later on as well. 100 Bluffview Drive, beautiful condo, number 409 over here in the Bel Air area, Bel Air Bluffs. This is a 1-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,050 square foot property with stunning water views, kitchen with a sleek white wood cabinetry, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, bar stool, seating space, and tile backsplash. Bonus room off the primary bedroom, hurricane shutters, plantation shutters, just a great opportunity to own real estate. And we actually have two properties in this same building at 100 Bluffview Drive, Unit 409C, and we also have 606C. So we've got two listings in the same condo building. Now the amenities are great. You got a heated pool, shuffleboard, barbecue grill, picnic tables, of course, water views of the intercoastal waterways, dolphin-filled waters there of beautiful Tampa Bay. 2-bedroom, 2-bath on number 606C. This is 1,440 square feet, kitchen with pristine white cabinets, appliances, and space for bar stool seating. Gorgeous property. You can see both of those units. Schedule a showing today, and you can see all of our listings at PlatinumCoastalElite.com. Check out PlatinumCoastalElite.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Mark Haye back in the house. 21st Century Financial Group. Money and marriage is the topic today.
Absolutely.
Right? All right, here we go. There it is. So
that's a great show.
We're going to single-handedly
money and marriage
reduce the divorce rate here in Tampa Bay and beyond.
Yeah, well, in my line of business, I get to deal with good and bad. I get to deal with, people being married, people getting divorced, birth, death, disability, retirement, maybe didn't save enough for retirement. So I get to deal with a lot on my day-to-day business. And one article I read the other day was money is the number one reason for divorce in America, which I thought was very interesting, that would be the number one reason. And so I kind of just took three things that I have clients or friends or me and myself, three things that are done in business and in retirement planning and planning in general that can be done inside of a marriage that I see work.
Nice.
So, for example, I have clients that we just celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary last night. We had dinner and had kind of like a celebration for them, and then they're going to go off to a trip next month. But they do the same three things. He owns a business, and then he applies the three things to his marriage, which they have an amazing marriage, and to be at 30 years in this day and age, to me, is like a huge accomplishment, far more than a business or any kind of balance sheet,
Yeah.
So one thing that is in common with any successful business or any successful marriage is vision. Every successful business has a vision. Like, where do you see this going? What is it that you want to see happen? What are the goals? How do we get there? What do we want to do? Like, for me, I want to, my personal business, the financial business, I want to kind of reprogram or educate people like, hey, the way we've been taught is not how it should be. It's not working, and it's hard to get that message out. But that's my vision, is I want people to have cash flow today, build a lifestyle today, not live within their means, but expanding your means, not waiting 30 years for that to happen.
Sure.
And so that's my vision. And how do I do it is certainly, be on the radio and meeting with people.
And that's
but
biblical too.
Absolutely.
Without, what is it? Without a vision, thou shalt perish, or one of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Along those lines, it's very biblical to have that vision. And I remember talking about a study that I read. It really stuck with me. It was Dr. Edward Banfield of Harvard. This was way back before they got way woke like they are now. But he did a study, and it was on why are more people successful than others. What's the shortcut there? Because you have a lot of immigrants coming into the country, coming from nothing, starting businesses. They see the opportunity. They love the idea of capitalism and that American dream. And he conducted a 40-year study, and it was into that exact thing. Like, why are some people more successful than others? And it was long-time perspective. So that goes right in line with a vision. Yeah,
you got to have a vision. So that applies both to business and marriage, relationships, whatever you want to call it. You can do it in a relationship, siblings, mom. What is it do you want to see happen? How do you want this relationship to be? But, we're certainly talking about marriage. So have a vision, have goals. One thing is, do you want to be debt-free? One spouse, a husband may say, no, I don't care about paying the mortgage off, but the wife's, no, I just want to pay the mortgage off because that's what I want to do. Okay, we have the goal. We want to pay that off. Now let's sit down and let's figure out how to do this in the best way to make yourself rich, not an institution. Yeah. So again, that's just a vision, a goal. Like how do you want to do it? Same goal, just different way to get there.
Right.
And then the second thing that these entrepreneurs do that have these successful marriages is in your business, and you do the same thing. You meet with your employees or the people you work with weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, wherever that may be. You're meeting with them. If you're an employee, a W-2 employee at any firm, you're meeting with people weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, reviews, what project we're working on, etc. They do the same thing in their marriage.
Right.
They set up a weekly, a monthly, a bi-weekly, a quarterly thing where they meet with their most important client, which is their spouse or their significant other, and they don't meet just to have dinner. They have an agenda.
Yeah.
So for example, let's just use you. You're married with a successful marriage with kids. What is it that I'm failing at as a husband or a significant other? What can I improve on? It's the same thing as a business.
Yeah.
Why are we losing money over here? What is it happening over here that we need to improve on to make sure that is right?
Yeah.
And so having those meetings, and same thing with me in my business. When I meet with a client, I'm not answering my phone or checking an email or, I am in that moment. I am in present for that 30 minutes, an hour, whatever we have together. Yep. Nobody's interrupting me, and I'm present. Nick Saban said it best when he says, be where your feet are, all the time. Because too many people walk around on their phone and they're not engaged.
Right.
It's the same thing as your marriage or relationship. Be present in that meeting and come there with an agenda. That you can say, look, we want to accomplish this, or I'm letting you down here, or I'm doing this there, and communicate that.
Communication. That's
communication. You got it.
I was thinking, as well as when you think about any relationship, and especially in our listing appointments when we're meeting with clients, whether it's a buyer or a home that we're listing, we are making sure that they understand communication is one of the number one most dissatisfactions that not our clients but clients in general say is that, hey, this agent showed my house, I never got feedback, or we went under contract, I wasn't really sure what was happening next. Communication, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And just making that a priority to talk things through, or follow up in your scenario, follow up with the meeting or a conversation that you had with a significant other that maybe didn't go well, but follow up. Don't just put it aside and never talk about it again, because in business, if you did that, you would fail.
Yeah.
Same thing as a marriage or a relationship. You're going to fail.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And then thirdly, what they do is they always have something amazing to look forward to. So for example, in my own business, I wake up every day. I have really cool stuff to look forward to. Like I get to come on the radio today and hang out with you guys. I look forward to that. If I have an estate plan that we're wrapping up by the end of the year, and like, oh my goodness, we're finally going to get this done, I'm looking forward to that. Or I had a referral of somebody, hey, I want you to call my brother, and he owns several businesses across the country. I look forward to talking to that person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, there's just milestones that, wow, that's amazing. Same thing in a marriage or relationship.
Yeah.
Once you guys stop looking forward to something, it kind of kills it.
Yeah.
And I hear so many people say, oh, back when we were dating, we used to do this and that. We don't really do much anymore. Well, why is that? You know what I mean? Like, have something to look forward to. These couple that had their party last night, they're always looking forward to the next trip. They're going to go skiing, out in Utah in January, wherever that may be. They look forward to dinners. They're going to go to dinner next week. They're going to do whatever it is, but they're doing that.
Yeah.
Whether it's making a time to take a bike ride and go get lunch. It doesn't need to be anything significant, but it's just having something to look forward to gives everybody a reason to get up in the morning and be excited and be positive.
Yeah.
And not just going through the mundane of life. Sometimes it gets boring.
Yeah.
Looking
and then, forward to that party, or hey, this Christmas party coming up, or our trip around New Year's, that New Year's celebration.
Yeah.
It's. I've heard also a speaker or an author, they were talking about. It was a scenario where they were comparing life as a metaphor to a race, or like speed. Like it's a bunch of different sprints. It's like, hey, we're sprinting here, boom, we reached that goal. Now let's celebrate. We've got the medal around our neck. We got first place. Let's settle. So a series of different races that you're going through, and not to say that you're not enjoying the process, because you do. That's a whole thing too, is enjoying the process. But it was an interesting metaphor around that.
I know. And one thing that I have a client that I got to be with this afternoon. I always joke with him, but he always kind of gifts his big customers or clients like a gift, or he'll think of them and put together something, give it to them in the next meeting. I said, if you start adding your wife to that gift, you're gonna go bananas in your marriage. So every time he gets a gift for a client, he'll get like flowers for his spouse, or get just a card, to write her. But the point was, if you put that much effort into a client and you do the same thing for your wife, just add it to that expense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because she's still a customer and a client too. And that's the beauty of having the business. Again, you can take expenses deductions, and then you take your wife or significant other out to dinner. You might be able to write the whole thing off partial. You could take a trip together, partial, write it off, instead of it being an expense, which is why business owners get an opportunity to do that cool stuff, which I'd say everybody should have some kind of a side hustle, expenses deductions.
Yeah.
So start thinking about that stuff when it comes to retirement, business, marriage. They all apply the same. And it has to take a lot of work to get to where you want to be, whether it's in a business, whether it's retirement planning, whether it's in your significant other, and they all work the same. They all apply to the same thing. You just have to be present, have a vision, talk about goals. And if something's not working, like if you have your business or you have a mutual fund or some investment that's just not working, get rid of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, stop trying to make it work.
You got to figure out your cutoff, like your sunk cost. It's an economic term, right? Sunk cost. That's already gone. That money's sunk. Let's stop it.
Let's stop right there, and let's move on and do something different now that's going to make us more money, or going to flourish this relationship, or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to have a conversation and say, okay, look, we failed in this area. It's not working, or we thought it would work here, but this is just not something that's going to be lucrative. We got to move on from it, cut or loss.
Absolutely.
Mark,
I want to get to this clip before the break, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk more about this topic of money and marriage, reducing. Our goal is to reduce the divorce rate. That's one of our goals we were talking about beforehand. But there's an interesting clip here I wanted to get to from the United States belonging to us. So this, President Trump spoke over the weekend.
Together we're taking on some of the most menacing forces and vicious opponents our people have ever seen. No matter how hateful and corrupt the communists and criminals we're fighting against may be, you must never forget that our nation does not belong to them. This nation belongs to you, front row Joes. This is your home. This is your heritage. And our American liberty is your God-given right.
God-given right, pursuit to happiness. These are all God-given rights. It's not from a government. It's not from the president. These are God-given rights. The personal property. We see the attack on personal property rights, the attack on freedom of speech. We're all created equal. Doesn't matter the pigmentation in your skin. This is the land of the free, the home of the brave. Liberty, freedom, limited government, closed borders, the right to worship as you'd like. And I love the speech that he gave over the weekend. I don't know if you caught any of that.
I did catch some of it.
Yeah.
He always gives good speeches, and one of the things I think the government was genius for, if you automatically take taxes out of your paycheck.
Yeah.
If you had to sit down every Friday and write a check to the government, there's going to be a lot of different things happening in this country. And so when he says, this is our country, we the people, it's true.
Right.
We really need to take ownership of this country. And we need if we want a country to change, then we need to be the change.
Be the change you'd like to see in the world.
Exactly. We don't need to rely on a senator or something like that. If they don't like them, get rid of them. We're going to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Personal responsibility.
Right. It's our country.
I love that.
The people.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's take a quick break. More with Mark Haye coming up here. We're going to talk more finance, money, smart money tips coming up here. More with Mark Haye, Consumer Quarterback Show. Check us out online at consumerqb.com.
Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network.
I'll fix that, Brandon.
The best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
I want to give a special thanks to Satellite Phone Store. They just hooked me up with this beautiful satellite phone, and it's a gorgeous phone. It's a great device. It's a safety device as well. Think about it. If you're out on the boat 40, 50 miles out, maybe you're going hunting or you're going hiking in the woods somewhere, you run out of cell phone service, or who knows, maybe a possible terrorist attack. It's not like our politicians aren't entrenched in all this stuff going on overseas, all over the place, all over the world. Could be a terrorist attack. They could attack the power grid. They could attack the cell phones. Who knows what they're going to attack next. sat123.com/REQB. Sat for satellite, sat123.com/REQB, like real estate quarterback.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Mark Haye's in the house, 21st Century Financial Group, all things finance, money, and marriage coming up here on the program. A couple of hot listings before we do. We always like to feature our real estate property listings from the Platinum MVP team. 6648 Timber Cove Lane is another one of our real estate listings. We've got about 60 current listings and can help you buy, sell, or invest. This one is a beautiful home in Newport Richey. I love the color there. That's a nice lighter, kind of a teal bluish color. 2-story condo, water views. You also have an island kitchen, updated cabinetry, countertops, generously sized rooms, access to the community center, pool as well, and other activities and events nearby downtown Newport Richey in Sims Park. 6648 Timber Cove Lane, Newport Richey, one of our hot real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team. All right, we got a vacant lot for sale here at 3414 East 32nd Avenue. This one is in Tampa. We have a property. It's a residential zoning, RS50, vibrant heart of Tampa there. No HOA, CDD. There is says no flood insurance, but you're going to have to check that, of course, with your agents. Close proximity to Ybor, Raymond James Stadium, Busch Gardens, close to downtown as well. Great opportunity to buy and build your dream home and buy some dirt here in Tampa Bay.
Buy dirt, find one you can't live without.
All right, so we got Mark Haye back in the house, 21st Century Financial Group. By the way, how's the book going? Book going well?
I don't promote it enough. I really should do more, but
yeah,
I probably should do a blast for Christmas since it's buy a gift here.
Yeah, exactly. Do a gift,
but
buy a gift.
Yeah. So 0%. It's doing well, and it's not flying off the shelves, but it's moving.
Well, that's what I've learned is I've written 3 books. It's like it's a whole other business in a sense.
Yeah,
exactly. You were talking about the business earlier, like people that really go all in with this thing is they're paying publicists, getting on different shows, getting in,
right.
All over the place. But yeah, that's I like this book because I give it to my clients. They read it, they really enjoy it, and it's also a way that we can utilize it for our team and our agents and people that are maybe thinking about coming into our team.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
so we'll going back to the money marriage. I know we're almost done here, but one thing too that every successful business owner does, or every person that wants to level up, they surround themselves with really good people that are better than them.
Right.
So in my business, when I first started, I would reach out to every single advisor I could possibly reach out. I don't care if you're in Daytona, Miami. Like, how do you do it? How'd you build it? What are some things that you did that worked? What are the things that you would tell me not to do that spent hours of your time and money that didn't work? Teach me how you did it. And I formulated, kind of what I wanted to do as an advisor with that.
Yeah.
It's no different than a marriage. You're not, if you want a marriage to be successful or a relationship to be successful, surround yourself with people that are successful in a marriage or relationship. We all have the friends that are fun, but doesn't mean I need to be spending my time with them on the holidays, with my significant other or people. We want to surround yourself with people that are successful in all areas.
Yep.
And so having a mentor, having people that you can look up to, and go to and say, well, how do you guys do this? Or what do you guys do that? Or, someone's married 30, 40 years, they're going to know a lot,
Sure.
for you to kind of like bounce off of
The
and say, how did you do that?
I love the mastermind effect. They say the original mastermind was Jesus and his 12 disciples.
Yep.
And I love that. Get involved with the church. Churches have great men's groups, women's groups. We hosted a Bible study. It was a couples Bible study. There's lots of ways you can do it, because if you really want the relationship to work, you can make it work.
But it takes a village.
It does.
Really, it takes a village.
Yeah.
Just like in your business, someone can go buy and sell a property themselves, but you're probably not going to do as good a job or get the deals that you need to get. So you're going to hire a professional.
Yep.
You're going to hire some kind of advisor. Just in my business, the advisor you hire is going to make a significant difference on your lives.
Right.
If you hire somebody that's not me, I'm not saying on the bench. Just say, let's see some of the different philosophy,
right.
And their philosophy is put as much as you can in your 401k. Pay off all your debt, give it to the banks, and get the cash out of the bank and pay off the debt. And you're living really paycheck to paycheck, hoping for that 30-year mark. I can go and take this vacation. Or you can work with an advisor and say, look, we can expand your means. We don't need a budget, scrimp, and save for 30 years. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to keep money liquid. We're going to develop some kind of an LLC. The point is, really good people in your lives can make a big difference.
Yeah.
Business, retirement, real estate, marriage, it doesn't matter, but surround yourself with those good people.
Yeah, mastermind.
Absolutely. And stop messing around with people that don't bring value.
Stinking thinking.
Yeah, you got it. They don't bring value. Time to cut them loose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
or
the negative Nancy's, these people, they're out there. You see it and you know it. And then, so over time, you're just going to spend less time with those people. You don't need to make some big announcement. Hey, I heard about this show and they said, don't, cut people out of your life, but just stop spending time with them.
Yeah, you don't need to be mean, but it is what it is. If you're trying to get to a different level, or you're trying to be somewhere different and your vision, your goals are different.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. It's just we're just going two different places right now.
Right.
10, 15 years ago, my life is a lot different than it is today.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's like night and day difference when I look back 10, 15 years from now ago till today. And I just can't imagine 10, 15 years from now if the Lord allows me on this earth for, how it's going to be. It's going to be insane.
Right.
The rate that I've just built business and relationships over the last decade has just been phenomenal.
Right.
But it's, again, surrounded with good people, taking business, money, and relationships and treating them all the same, not having one less than the other. Yeah. Having vision, having goals, having that communication, having something to look forward to. I mean, I do the same thing in all my businesses, which helps all my relationships, because be present, be where your feet are and ask for help.
One of the things I would say also in this last minute we have here is reach out to the show hotline. We'd love to have you talk to Mark Haye, 21st Century Financial Group. Reach out to the hotline and get a review, Mark. Talk about your review. Talk about the strategy and the success that you've seen in the last minute here.
Yeah, so when you take a review, again, we're going to what we're talking about. Have both there. Both, couple. The husband, wife, or whoever needs to be at this review. And we do a review, it's free. It's, hey, let's take a look and see what you're doing. And if we all agree that this is an amazing plan, you can leave there thinking, this is an amazing plan. We did a good job, sweetie. Or, hey, everything's good except for this 1-2 things we would change, and let's get that done. It's not going to be a big deal.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, 727-804-7220.
Give it one more time.
727-804-7220.
Yep, and online at consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. Hey, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've got 2,500 videos there now on YouTube, and it really helps us with the algorithm if you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, Brandon Rhymes Realty, Real Estate Quarterback Show. You can find it there on YouTube. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1, at CQB Show as well, and we'd love to connect with you. Coming up here, Sam McCown. He's an executive coach, business coach here in Tampa Bay. We're going to talk with him about what he's seeing out there, success strategies, and more coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you stop by the website, consumerqb.com. You can see links there to all of our expert contributors online, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
To get it.